In this project, NRM North contracted the Tasmanian Institute of Agriculture to trial nutrient budgeting in the Northern Midlands. The project ended with a field day at Kenilworth near Campbelltown.
Yeah, well, the Northern Midlands region has traditionally been an extensive grazing centre. It's changing a lot in the last 5 to 10 years with a lot more irrigation water going in. Nutrient budgeting has been taken up quite a bit in the dairy industry, and we've had some results up there suggesting that fertiliser applications are over and above what they need to be for optimum pasture production. So it was going to be an interesting trial to see what was actually happening in the extensive pastures of the Midlands.
We're trying to get farmers up to a level of understanding and knowledge that they can actively manage their nutrients for optimum pasture production in particular, but also farmers in this Midlands area have a mixed rotation of cropping with the pasture, and so we want them to take advantage of extra nutrients they might put on under cropping within the pasture phase of their rotation, and not to overdo it, but to make sure that they get the distribution of nutrients around the farm in a correct balance, if you like.
So, David, can you tell me why you got involved in this project?
Basically got involved in the project for pretty simple reasons. Rowan Smith from TIA gave me a phone call and asked if I'd be interested in getting in the project, and I pretty much was, due to the ability to get further soil tests over our property. We already had done a large amount of soil testing over our cropping ground, but hadn't necessarily focused a lot on our grazing ground. So part of the reason was to try and get some decent soil results and soil knowledge on our grazing ground.
Right, so do you think that this concept of using nutrient budgets or nutrient mapping is going to be useful for your farm operations?
Yeah, I think it's good because it gives you a paddock by paddock visual on how you're going, and so then it makes it a good graphic way of making decisions.
The project tested 100 pastures across 10 farms and found considerable variation in nutrient levels between different areas, different farms, and between different paddocks within farms.
Associated with putting more fertiliser on, we tend to lose more off the farm to the environment into our waterways, which is not a good thing in two ways. Firstly, it affects the farmer's back pocket. They're putting on fertiliser and losing it that they don't need to do, so it's costing them. But in terms of environmental impact, excess nutrients in the waterways have a detrimental effect by boosting biological growth, aquatic growth, and that can result in toxic blooms of algae.
I think this project's a fantastic opportunity to, I suppose, get the farmers to think about when they're putting their fertiliser on, are they going to get the biggest bang for their buck? I think it's important that they do the soil test to work out what the pH levels are, and to make sure that they're not, I suppose, that the fertiliser they're putting on is going to get a return for them. I think we've got an environmental responsibility as well to make sure that we're not putting fertiliser on land where the nutrient levels are getting really high. So I think it's a great opportunity for the farmers, and I think they should be really questioning every paddock they put the fertiliser on, am I putting the right nutrients on? So yeah, I think it's great.
This project has highlighted the importance of testing soils more frequently, as this can lead to better targeted and more efficient fertiliser applications for farm production and environmental benefits.
Can you tell me why you got involved in this nutrient mapping project?
Adrian and I was offered the opportunity to take part in this program, and it was too good an opportunity to refuse. And the result of it has been that we now have a nutrient map of the property, which is going to be invaluable as far as working out future fertiliser requirements. In my own experience, I'd encourage anybody to be involved. It's just been a marvellous opportunity to find out how you're actually tracking